Hello and welcome to another vlog. The Queen's Young Leaders 2016 Residential Week is officially over. I'm sad that it's over, but I'm glad that it happened. It was a week of engagement, networking, skills sharing, information exchange, a lot of networking, strengthening the friendship that we formed over the internet with the fellow Queen's Young Leaders, a lot of sightseeing as well, and just a time to make a lot of memories. I'm really glad that this week happened. So of course, just highlighting some of the things that actually happened. Apart from the really long travel for especially the Pacific Islanders, the other thing when we got there was we were told it's summer. We were told it's cold summer compared to the Pacific's tropical climate. It was cold. It was definitely cold. So my first experience with a cold summer, and I quite liked it. I don't really do well in cold. I tend to get sick very quickly, and I do start to feel very cold very quickly. But thank you 2015 Queen's Young Leaders for giving us a bit of heads up on take your socks, take your gloves and mittens, take your little beanies, take your cardigans and jumpers, but do take your jandals as well, your flip-flops, just in case if you're one of those people who can handle the cold. So after like a couple of days we started to adjust, so we didn't really have to wear like 3 or 4 layers in summer. The first day that some of us got there was obviously relaxed day for us. We had a little bit of a briefing, and that was great. First things first, you know, how to find your way around, what are some of the things that's expected of you. We got our reflection booklets, we got our really nice little rooms, and we were introduced to the staff and the fellow Queen's Young Leaders. And then the next day for us was sort of free day because other people were still coming in. So we went sightseeing, and it was great. I mean, it's just our first day there, and we were already checking out the London Eye, the Big Ben, and it was amazing. We were catching the bus, we were getting on the tube, and it was just simply amazing. I mean, back here we get on the buses all the time, but we don't have the double-deck bus. So that was my first time getting on a double-deck bus, and I absolutely loved it. It was just so nice. And then if you manage to sit upstairs right in the front, it's a whole different perspective. So I absolutely enjoyed that. I mean, sounding a little kaidolo, as we call it, but it was absolutely amazing. And I mean, I for one love different experiences like that. Also catching the tube, getting in and out, those really steep escalators, oh my goodness, like I don't want to look up, I don't want to look down, so just trying to sort of maintain eye contact here. I honestly felt like I was going to fall back on those escalators. Those things are steep and really long. It was just, how do people do this every day? But again, it was an experience that was a great one. So after a little bit of sightseeing, we came back to Good Enough College, where we stayed in London, and we met the other participants. It was great to see the room full of 64 young people, myself included. So each year, for 4 years, the Queen's Young Leaders program is awarding 60 winners and 60 runners-up from Commonwealth countries. Now, there were 64 there this year because 4 of us were from the 2015 batch. And thank you so much to the team who organizes the Queen's Young Leaders program for accommodating the 4 of us who couldn't make it last year. You guys are awesome. So once all of us were there in the room, we were divided into little groups. And these were going to be sort of like our little main groups, but for other programs and for other activities, we did get to mingle with everybody else. So our little groups were accompanied by one staff, and we were told to find a landmark. We had to go there, take a photo, and come back. We were given what's called the Oyster card, so you use these for traveling. Lucky for us, we had to go to the British Museum, and that was walking distance. So we had to make our way. It was drizzling, so we had to sort of maneuver around that. And one thing that I thought was very important that our coordinator told us was, we are as fast as the slowest person in the group. So while a few of us were sort of like, yeah, let's do this, let's go, we were sort of like, run, run, run. But there were a couple of people who were a bit behind, and we were like, stop, we're a team. So then we strolled, we went to the British Museum, and we explored it a little bit. The thing was, on the way to the British Museum, we were already thinking about our pose. What sort of photo do we want to take? We don't want it to be just like, yay, look, British Museum! So we thought, it's a museum, let's all be statues. So we went and we were like, okay, now what? It's such a huge museum. So we didn't get to explore all of it. But we found a little corner with pharaohs and a few goddesses. And it was like, okay, on the count of 3, everybody just strike a pose. So, you know, whatever, just do whatever. So we did one of those. Everybody just strike a pose. As we were coming out, like the foyer place was so bright lit, so many people. There weren't as many things there to say, look, I'm in the British Museum, but it was just so pretty. So we asked our coordinator, who was very, very helpful, Jonathan, you are awesome. He ran up the stairs with a camera, and we just stood there. So if you've seen the Queen's Young Leaders logo, it looks like a bunch of people with their hands up. Well, at least that's what I think it is. So we just did like a semicircle, and we all stood there with our hands up, holding hands, standing with our hands up, and we took another photo. And I thought that was really cool, that we, as a group, made it here, and then we made our way back. We got caught in the rain a bit, but we still made it back, and we made it back in time. So I thought that was really good of our group. And again, thank you to each and every one who was in the group. What was our group called? Goddess Hathor? I think we were team Goddess Hathor. That's the goddess whose statue we were sort of surrounding in the first photo. And we did great, guys. We did great. They tried to deny us entry. Not deny us entry, they tried to tell us to like sort of find another way on the other side. We still managed to get there in time, do our stuff, and get back out. It's a great first day. Absolutely great first day.